Video is on logarithms and indices. Let us start with a question on solving of logarithms. Now, if you're asked to solve this, it's not difficult, alright? You see that there are logarithms. Okay, here on the left, logarithm minus another logarithm. And the base of the logarithm is 5. Base of the logarithm is 5. Whereas this side, there's another logarithm, also base 5. So when the base are the same, there's no need to change the base, okay? So you can just combine all these logarithm, leave the number here. So what I've done is keep this here, keep this here. This fella, I'm going to minus both sides by this fella. So this will disappear from here and appear this side as negative, okay? What I'm going to do now is to apply the law of indices. Now when you see a positive here, of course they don't write this here. Don't write means it's positive. It means that your argument is at the numerator. When it's negative, your argument is at the denominator. Negative, the argument is at the denominator. So this is x over x minus 1 over x plus 1 times 1 over 7. Okay, and the number you leave it here. Now next step, I'm going to apply the flipping. Okay, I can leave this here, yes, but it looks very complicated. So this times a fraction, and then this divided by a fraction, you just need to flip the fraction. So it's 7 over 1. 7 over 1. So I write the 7 here, 1 no need to write. Alright, so this looks much neater, just one single fraction. Now once you've done that, please remember this number 5 here is the base. So you always, when you do the bowling, always start with the base. So it's 5 to the power 1 equals to this. So to convert from logarithmic to index form, you start with the base 5 to the power 1 equals to this. Okay, after this is very simple really, all the way E maths. Then you solve, get the answer. Okay, now I'm going to go through the logarithms laws. Okay, when you have two base the same, alright, then you have a plus here. It means this argument times this argument, a times b. When you have a negative, it means a over b. Okay, of course the base must be the same first before you can do that. Okay, this one I think many of you are very familiar. You can throw this number up, throw this number down. That's what we call the power law. Regardless of the base, it applies for all. Then this, I'm just trying to tell you that if I have the number 1 here, I can actually rewrite it as this. Okay, so if I were to go back to this question, okay, I can, if I don't use this method, I can change this 1 to log base 5, 5. Okay, log base 5, base 5 is at the bottom near the G there, then 5 here. Then everything is in log, right? So it'll be this equals to log 5, which actually when you remove the log, you get back this same thing. Okay, I repeat, this one log base 5, this one, right? And this is log base 5, 5, right? I remove both the log because your log base 5 and log base 5 same, I will just end up with 5 here. Then you do the same thing. Oh, sorry, I do the same thing here. Okay, I hope you know what I'm talking about. Okay, next, we are here already. Okay, sometimes you don't like this base. Okay, I'll show you an example later. You don't like this base, or you need to change this base. So I would strongly recommend you write the base that you want to change to first. For example, you don't like base P, right? You need base Q. So you write the base Q first. Then this number that's on top right here, the base at the bottom, right bottom. Okay, very easy to remember. And then do you remember that Q to the power of what equals to Q? Must be 1. No? So this is 1. And actually this is an application of this. Okay, so you end up with this particular expression here, which may be useful to you when you solve questions. Okay, like questions like okay, wait, before we go there, one more law, how to change from index form to logarithmic form. Okay, I believe you know how to change from logarithms. You just use bowling and then get this, right? To get this. Okay, but many of you may have problem with this. So how do you change this? Later I'll have one question on that. What you do is always start with the base. So which is the base here? You learn in E maths, the A is the base, right? So you write in logarithms, base a, okay, then you can now use bowling already. A to the power of w, right, equals to p. So this is the thing inside. So that's how you change from indices to logarithms. Okay, from logarithms, I think you know very easily. It's just like that. Okay, so you must learn how to do reverse thinking. All right. Now I'm going now to an application of this. Okay, so let's say you're given a question like this. Okay, from the TYS. Somebody asked this. You are given this equals 7, and this x to the power of w equals 2, x to the power of y equals 7. You are asked to find logarithms of 56 base 28x. So how do you do this question? They want you to find this in terms of your y and w. Okay, in terms of y and w. That means you don't want x to be around. Alright, so how do you do that? Now what you should do as a first step is you can use bowling. Okay, in the exam you just whack whatever you know, write down whatever you know. So how do you change this to logarithms? Remember, start with the base. Always start with the base. Okay, just like laying a good foundation now in your studies, then next time you have a good job, something like that. You have a good base, good foundation. So start with the base. So log base x, then you can see already, oh, x to the power of what equals 7. Okay, so x to the power of y equals 7. So that's how you get index to logarithm. Okay, same here, log to the power of x, log to the power of x, right? Log to the power, log to base x. Repeat, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. Log to base x. Then you ask yourself, what should I put here? Is this power, right? There. This to the power of this equals to this. So that's how you change. Okay, so I hope you know how to convert. So this is what you will get. Now, you have done this part already. Now it's time to work on this part here. Now, the reason why we learn change of base, as I mentioned just now, is because you sometimes don't like this base, or this base is not going to help you do anything. So you need to change that to the base that you need. Okay, so in this case, you see they want you to change, or they want you to express in terms of y and w. That means you must have base x here and not 28x. Okay, you must have base x here. You must change this to base x, then you can do something, right? Okay, so what should you do? You should firstly change this to base x. So you see the method that I use. Please use this method, because in the O levels, when you panic, you will confuse yourself. So how do I not confuse myself? I write the base that I want first. Can you see this red thing in here? I wrote this first, I wrote this first, then I write this on top, write this below, so that I don't get mixed up. Okay, you will know what I mean. Actually, you won't know what I mean, because you won't see your O-level paper. But just trust me and use this method, okay? It will not confuse you. Okay, now we have a problem. The problem is that I now have base x, but I can't express in terms of w and y as they require, because my d's and my d's are not 7 and 2. Okay, so I have to change it to 7 and 2. So how do I change it to 7 and 2? You divide 56 by 7, you will get 4. 56 by 7, then you get 8. Then 2 to the power of 3 is 8, you see. So this times this is something like prime factorization, but using what you have here. Okay, done. This one, do the same. You see, I can only have 7 and 2. Oh, of course, I can have x, y. Why? Because when I have x here, I get 1. Alright, so I can have x. Okay, done already. Down here, done already. Right? Now, next step is, what I need to do is to apply the first law of logarithms. When I have multiplication here, I want to split it up, right? I want to split it up, it will become plus. When I have multiplication, plus and plus, because there's a plus here because it's times. Okay, then I'm happy already because now I have this fella, which is y. This fella I throw down is 3w, right? Because log x, log 2 base x is actually w. So it's w 3w, not w cube, not w cube, okay? This one you need to throw down. You cannot substitute this and say it's w cube. This one is x cube. Then it's not correct already, okay? Then as we mentioned, when the base and this argument are the same, then x to the power of what equals to x must be 1.